Hi girls, this is Jessie Hilgenberg, IFBB Figure Pro and NLA for her athlete. And thank you so much to those of you that asked me a question on the NLA for her page. You asked some really good questions. I hope this kicks off a really cool weekly thing that we get to do. So I took a few of the questions that you asked, and I am basically just going to talk about my answers, and a lot of them were just kind of personal, you guys asking what I do for this or that. And I think that's great because I have a lot of experience in the fitness field, and I, of course, love sharing and love my NLA for her girls, and want to help you guys out as much as I can. So I've got your questions written down right here in front of me, and I'll just kind of repeat the question and then just talk for a little bit about my answer. The first question right here is, what do I do when I reach a plateau? And then, do I believe in taking an entire week off from the gym after training hard for so many months? So if you're just starting out, if you're just starting to get into fitness, a plateau is usually looming because you'll have incredible muscle gains or fat loss gains when you first start any program, and then it just kind of starts to fizzle away and it seems like your progress completely halts. One of my biggest pieces of advice would be to get in a really good habit of journaling everything. That way, when a plateau does hit, you can review your journal and see where a lot of gains happened, and then you can look back and see where things kind of started to fizzle away, what you were doing at that exact time. How you match your strength training and your diet together plays a really big part, as well as if there's anything like stress in your life that can make everything come to a screeching halt so quick. If you're stressed out, I don't care how good your nutrition is or your training program, things are going to start changing for you if you have a lot of stress. My best answer would be to just switch things up. It's as simple as that. Like, I'll keep my training the same, but I will adjust my macronutrients or my calorie intake. I'll even just change the food that I'm eating. You know, if I'm eating sweet potatoes all day long, then I will eat oatmeal for dinner a couple nights in a row and see if that changes anything. Maybe it's just incorporating cheat meals into your program. If you aren't incorporating cheat meals, if you have just been hardcore clean eating or dieting for a specific amount of time and haven't allowed your body or your mind to indulge in any of your favorite treats, that might be all that you need. You can also try cycling your carbs. So if you've just been eating 100 grams of carbs for 100 days in a row, try cycling them. Have 2 days of high carbs, followed by a medium day, followed by 3 low days, and just repeat that pattern over and over again and see if that gives you any sort of results or kicks you out of a plateau that you might be in. Choosing in the gym, busting through a plateau might be just changing up your exercises. If you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you're going to hit a plateau. You can change your set and rep scheme. So if you're always in the gym and you do 12 reps of everything, and you've been doing bicep curls with 15-pound dumbbells for a year now, change it up. Grab the 25-pound dumbbells, grab a barbell, grab a kettlebell. I don't know, just do something different, do a different style of a workout. There are so many really good training programs that you can follow along with that are all written out for you on bodybuilding.com. You can, choose on Monday to start a brand new program and follow one of those that you think will work really great for you. You can also hire a coach like me, for example, who will talk to you and get a really good idea of who you are, what your life's like, what your goals are, and will write a program just for you. Having a coach is also really great because they will hold you accountable. So if you have a good coach, they will incorporate check-ins, and you have to, send progress pictures and updates, and your plan changes every few weeks or so. So those things can be really good. You can also do really small stuff, like get a couple different gym memberships if it's in your budget. And if you're burnt out by the energy in one gym, then pop into the other gym for a week and see if that kind of changes things up for you. Sometimes I'll go buy new shoes, new gym shoes, or a new gym outfit, and something that I feel amazing in, or that just gives me a bunch of fun energy, and I'll go to the gym in that stuff, and my whole week will be better. So anyway, those are things that kind of give me a different spark in the gym when I'm really, really needing one. As for taking an entire week off completely if I need one, I've never done that where I'm not exercising at all for a week. But I have taken, for example, like a week off of lifting, and I've just gone to yoga classes for a week, or I'll go to yoga classes plus I'll go on a couple of really great hikes, that kind of stuff. Just still exercising, but taking a little break off of my regular grind in the gym. Okay, the next question is, how did I discover NLA products? This is fun. Earlier last year, it was about June or July, the owners of NLA, who are two really great guys, they contacted me and offered me a sponsorship. I didn't have a sponsorship at the time. A few companies over the last several years of competing have offered me, some form of a sponsorship. But I've never felt really comfortable. The company will send me their sample products, and I've just never really felt comfortable standing behind any of them that have contacted me. I just can't not like the product or not use the product and promote it. That just doesn't make any sense to me at all. I don't care how great the sponsorship is, how much money, it doesn't matter. If I don't take the products, if I don't like them or genuinely know how or, to promote them and want to promote them, it's not going to work for me. So NLA Performance sent me all their products, and I tried them out like I do all the time, and I loved them. I wanted more. I wanted to know more about the company, and ended up signing a contract with them, and I work with them now and absolutely love the products. It is not work at all to promote them. I do it naturally. I want more women to take their products because it's just so helpful, and they taste great, and they're really effective, and they're natural and safe. And I just feel really grateful to be working for such a good company. Next question. Do I take fat burners or diuretics before a contest? Or do I try to do it the natural way? Diuretics and fat burners, they can't, that is, in my opinion, qualified as natural, as long as they're just over-the-counter herbal stuff. I do take fat burners when I'm prepping for a contest or a photo shoot. But I stay in shape year-round, so it's never, fat burners are nothing that I absolutely, rely on, and without them, I'm not going to get into shape. That's not really the case. They pretty much just help me about 3 to 4 weeks out from a show or a contest. I use NLA for her, Shred Her. That's the name of the fat burner. I brought it with me over here. Let's see if I can do this. This is it right here. I love it. It is, I usually cycle them. I don't just pop fat burners all day long. I'll usually do some sort of a pattern, like I'll take them for 2 days, and then I'll take 2 days off, 2 on, 2 off, or 3 on, 1 off, or just, you kind of have to experiment a little bit and find out what works best for your body. But I love Shred Her by NLA because it's all natural. I don't do good on intense, hardcore supplements of any kind, pre-workouts, fat burners, anything. I'm just really sensitive. I don't like not being in control of exactly what I'm feeling. So I really love the Shred Her because all it has is B vitamins, green tea extract, taurine, caffeine, green coffee bean extract, and raspberry ketones. I mean, you can go to the vitamin store and get all of those things, and then drink some coffee. But it's all in here. It works great. I've been taking fat burners for a lot of years in the way that I kind of described. So this is so gentle that usually it'll take me 2 to really kind of like feel a little bit from it. So I take 2, but I definitely recommend just taking 1 and seeing how it makes you feel. And then, you can add 1 more from there if you need to, but you might not need to. As for diuretics, I tried a few times when I first started competing to take diuretics before a competition to cut all my water and to get super, super shredded. And yeah, they worked. I think some of the products worked, but my feedback from the judges was that I was looking too shredded and too hard on stage. So I stopped taking them and just did like a little bit of a water cut. And, I still drank half a gallon of water before my shows, but I stopped taking diuretics, and now I see what the judges were looking for. Now I get on stage or I look at my pictures and I look so much more full and healthy, and even my skin looks more smooth, and it's just a much better look, especially for what I do, which is figure, and I feel the same way about bikini. It's just a much more natural look, and it's so much better. All right, what advice do I have for women that have a hard time gaining muscle? This is a really common question. And I kind of have a general answer because it's kind of always the same answer. I have a few clients that come to me with the same thing. They call themselves hard gainers. And that's a legitimate term, but they basically they've tried everything and they can't put on muscle, and it's just impossible. It's not going to happen. So what I'll usually do is review their current program. And 90% of the time, I usually find that they aren't eating enough, or they're making the wrong food choices. They're not timing their nutrients right. Sometimes they're working out too much, and sometimes wrong for their body type. It's usually 1 or more of reasons like that, plus not being patient enough, and inconsistency. Building muscle takes many, many, many years, and it's a long, rough road. And if you aren't consistent during that long, long road, you're not going to put on the muscle that you probably potentially can. So it takes the right program for you, and it takes a long time and consistency in that time. You can't just say, I've been lifting weights for 8 years on and off, and I haven't put on any muscle. You have to be lifting weights for 8 years, consistent in the gym with your weight training, and then you're not going to have that response anymore because you'll have put on a ton of muscle. Okay, next question. How much cardio do I do? And the second part of this question is, what do you do to get chiseled abs? My cardio changes throughout the year, but it's always, always there. So you hear a lot of competitors say, I don't do any cardio. Sometimes they just don't do any cardio in the off season. Not me. I do cardio year round. It's always there. It just changes for kind of what my goal is at the time. Over and beyond looking amazing or having an insanely amazing physique, it's more important to me that I'm healthy from the inside out. So I'm always, always working on my cardiovascular health and fitness. It's hugely important to me that I'm an athlete. That's always kind of on the forefront of everything I do, because that's how I started, and that's how I got into this industry. It was just that I was already athletic, not just, being a meathead or being really good at lifting weights. I want to be an athlete. So if I have a shoot or a show coming up, my cardio is usually based around my diet. I log every single morsel that I consume into my MyFitnessPal, and whatever my calorie amount is that I'm supposed to hit, if I ate too much and went over my calorie amount, I go to the gym and I cardio it off. If I hit it just right, sometimes I can get away with no cardio or just a short session or something. And I count burning calories as cardio, weights, everything. So I put all those into my MyFitnessPal app, and all of those things, burn calories. So it all adds up, and I just kind of look at it at the end of every day or toward the end of every day, and that tells me if I know I need to do more or less cardio. If I can get away with just a short session of cardio in like competition prep, I'm really happy, just because I'm tired and I can get stressed out really easily, and my weight training sessions are pretty hardcore, and my interval sessions are pretty hardcore of cardio. So if I can skip the steady state cardio, then I'm usually pretty happy because it's kind of boring. So year round, the cardio that I like to have year round is my interval training, which is like conditioning and plyometrics and sprinting and pushing and pulling sleds and things like that. Anything that you could kind of do at the track. It's so fun. It's way more effective at fat burning, and it makes you a better athlete. It conditions your heart. It makes you look more conditioned on stage, better cuts, just a better physique. So that's what I like to keep year round. As for what makes chiseled abs, the bad news is that no amount of sit-ups is ever going to give you abs. Abs are made in the kitchen, and I certainly recommend training your abs, just because I really promote, nice, well-rounded programs, and you don't want to your abs are a muscle and a muscle group, and you don't want to skip them. You're not going to skip your biceps, so you shouldn't treat your abs any different, but you can't just do crunches and get abs. So you have to diet and have the right nutrition program to get abs. That's the good and bad news. And that's it. You all have abs. They're under there. You just got to eat clean and diet right to reveal them to the world. So thanks so much for asking such awesome questions. You girls are awesome. You have a whole nother week to post your questions to the NLA for her page. Tell your friends, share the page, and I'll see you next week. I'll post another video just like this on Thursday or Friday of next week. Have a great weekend and be safe.